Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chapter 21. True bliss comes from absorption in God. Anandagiri said, following the disciplines of yoga or enjoying pleasures, living among others or alone, only he whose mind revels in the bliss of Brahman, in God, only rejoices. This verse describes the exalted state of a man of wisdom. One who has reached that stage is happy in any given situation. Such a person transcends the physical and mental planes and merges in the all-pervading Brahman. Here, 4 types of situations are described: meditation, enjoying the pleasures of the world, mixing with others, and being alone. People have different preferences regarding things that make them happy or unhappy. Some find happiness in meditation and following disciplines, while happiness for others means enjoying material pleasures. Excuse me. Likewise, some people like to be alone, but others are not happy unless they are in the midst of people. Although each of these situations is different, one should find contentment within them all. Otherwise, one's happiness is conditional. That blessed one whose mind is absorbed in and roaming in the supreme Brahman is blissful and happy irrespective of outer conditions. Hence the word Nandati, or it rejoices, is used thrice to indicate the past, present, and future. In other words, all the time. So our body spends 100% of the time in the present, but our mind spends certain degrees of time in the present and then certain amounts of time in the past and certain amounts of time in the future. A man of true wisdom lives in an exalted state of bliss. One who has reached that stage is happy in any given situation. Such a person transcends the physical and mental planes and merges in the all-pervading Brahman. Although each of these situations is different, one should find contentment within them all. Otherwise, one's happiness is conditional. That blessed one whose mind is absorbed in and roaming in the supreme Brahman is blissful and happy irrespective of outer conditions. This is what love is everything and everything is love actually means. Detachment. Hence, the word Nandati, or rejoices, is used thrice to indicate the past, present, and future. In other words, all the time. In Indian tradition, if someone says something 3 times, it simply implies that such statement is true. If your mind is absorbed in God, whether you are meditating, enjoying pleasures, with people or alone, all the time, every moment, you are in a state of bliss. All the time, every moment, you are in a state of bliss. If your mind is absorbed in God, then you are in bliss, no matter where you are, no matter what you are doing, because you are grounded in truth. Keep in mind that Anandagiri did not say that only in meditation one will be merged in God and in a blissful state. Rather, he said whether you are meditating, enjoying pleasures, with people or alone, you are in a state of bliss. Keep your mind in God wherever you are and no matter what you are doing. People postpone focusing on God, thinking it is reserved for when one is in a state of meditation. However, that type of thinking is incorrect. Every moment you should bring God into your life. Let God permeate your every thought, and while you are busy with the ordinary activities of the day, infuse whatever you are doing with love for Him. This is the state we should strive for each and every moment. Therefore, remain aware and do not forget your goal. Remember, the mind can be your foe or it can be your friend. It is the cause of both bondage and liberation. One who is wise uses his or her mind intelligently, with discernment as to what is real and not real in this world. The previous verse spoke of viragaya. The previous verse spoke of non-attachment, whereas this verse speaks of the glory of realization. What does realization mean? Realization means that one remains constantly in truth, not just for a few moments out of the day. One who maintains that state will be in bliss, bliss, bliss alone. You know when you get a really, really intense workout in, or you go for a really long run, or you're doing yoga for an hour straight outside where you're in that flow state the whole time? You know how the birds sound at the end of that flow state when you take a second and your mind is completely clear and you feel accomplished and grateful? That's the kingdom of heaven. It's a state of being. Remain in truth all of the time, for there is no other way. For a person who is in that state of godhood, no matter what he is doing, he is in bliss. No matter what his outer conditions are, he is in bliss. Outwardly, things might be happening, but inwardly, he is in the state of internal bliss. Hence, for this reason, Anandagiri did not say to only seek happiness during meditation. The Mundaka Upanishad 3.1.4 states, This one is virility, the vital force, which shines divergently through all beings. Knowing this, the illuminated man has no further occasion to go beyond anything in his talk. Knowing this, the illumined man has no further occasion to go beyond anything in his talk. He disports in the self, delights in the self, and is engrossed in spiritual effort. He is the best among the knowers of Brahman. This verse speaks of Atma Krida, playing in the soul, and Atma Rati, the bliss of soul. It states a Kriyavan, or an intelligent person, is one who plays in the soul and derives bliss in the self. The life energy, the vital force, is remaining in all. In every living being, there is prana. One who knows that God, prana, life, soul, is in all, never gets excited or unhappy with others because he or she knows God is in all. One who really knows this to be true lives a life of contentment. Such a being plays their many roles in the world, knowing that they are the soul. They are the real Kriyavan, the meditator, and are the greatest among the realized who perceive God in all and live a life of detachment. They enjoy every moment of their life, just as an actor enjoys acting in a play. Life to such a being is beautiful, is a beautiful, fascinating play. They enjoy every moment of their life, just as an actor enjoys acting in a play. Life to such a being is a beautiful, fascinating play. Indeed, the true Kriyavan is one who plays in the self, roams in the self, and enjoys in the self. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.